President Pierre of Burundi died of heart attack on Monday, just few weeks after a crucial election to choose a successor to replace him after 15 years of rule over that African nation. He was 55 old. The sad news was announced by the government on Tuesday on Twitter. He died at a hospital in eastern Burundi after he fell ill over the weekend and was hospitalized after attending a volleyball game. The former rebel leader, Pierre NKURUNZIZA, ruled the country with impunity for years, arresting opponents, blaming media, and cracking down on dissent. His reign drew international condemnation and provoked widespread protests in that small country, one of the poorest in the world. The International Criminal Court opened an investigation to see whether his government committed crimes against humanity, including murder, torture, rape, and disappearances. In 2017, Pierre NKURUNZIZA withdrew Burundi's membership in the court. The government spokesman, in a statement, called for calm and announced 7 days of mourning during which flags will be flown at half-staff. The government spokesman added that Burundi has just lost an honorable son of the country, a president of the republic, a supreme guide of patriotism. Pierre NKURUNZIZA did not stand for the last presidential election in Burundi on the 20th of May 2020. His party's candidate, Evariste Ndayishimiye, was declared the winner. But the main opposition leader, Agathon Rwasa, continues to accuse the government for massive fraud. NKURUNZIZA's successor was set to be sworn in August for a 7-year term. Until Mr. Ndayishimiye can be inaugurated in August, the President of the National Assembly, Pascal Nyambanda, will lead the government in accordance with the country's constitution. In Cameroon, the June session of Parliament has opened on Wednesday, June 10, 2020 in Yaoundé. Members of the National Assembly and senators have taken up residence in the national capital. The session is holding under the context of coronavirus pandemic and just a few days after a presidential ordinance that has modified the 2020 finance law and therefore reducing the state budget. Members of the parliament expressed that the desire to examine bills relating to the situation that the country is facing. The President of the National Assembly, Honorable Kavayege Jibril, in his opening statement has declared that Cameroon is our country, a historical property of all of us. We have to protect it. Honorable Kavai also mentioned that Parliament will articulate around COVID-19 for the betterment of the people as its main duty. Cameroon is passing through a difficult period because the coronavirus has been disturbing the population. The government has put in place mechanisms to sensitize the population of preventive measures as well as distribution of face masks and soap in the constituencies. The works of the session should be based on development, especially road construction, as government has already put in place measures to solve COVID-19. Regarding the reconstruction of the Northwest and Southwest region, the population are waiting for effective work to begin. Senators have also opened their session on Wednesday. The session was presided over by its president Marcel Nyandifendi after a few days of medical care in Europe. A group member of elected representatives were present at the Yaoundé Conference Center to participate to that June session of Parliament. It is the Yaoundé Conference Center that is hosting the June session for both the National Assembly and the Senate has been given a facelift and plenary hall arrangement to create sufficient distance among parliamentarians. Anyway, some Cameroonians are very critical. They think that the session is an occasion for Parliament to bring some modification on the Constitution so as to create favorable conditions for a will-to-will transmission of power. In Nigeria, 10 people, including 3-year-old girl, have been killed in North Nigeria in an attack on a Christian village by Muslim men of Fulani origin. The child, Elizabeth Samalia, suffered of multiple machete cuts on her head and died in hospital on June 4th, the day after the early morning attack on a community in Kaduna State. It was the latest in the series of armed assault on Christian community in southern Kaduna State by Fulani militia, reported by UK-based Christian Solidarity Worldwide. 9 others were also killed with machetes and were buried in a mass grave. Amongst the victims, 6 were correctly identified. Mervy Thomas, CSY Chief Executive, said Northern Kaduna is fast becoming the killing field, either due to the failure of government or official indifferences. Fulani armed group usually attacked Christian farming community in Nigeria area. The radical target Christian village as the Boko Haram Islamic terror group terrorized the northern region of country. According to a report, about 11,500 Christians have been killed in Nigeria since 2015 by Fulani herdsmen, Boko Haram, and highway bandits. The Global Terrorist Index 2019, published by the Institute of Economic and Peace, say Fulani extremists are the primary cause of escalating terrorism in Nigeria.